Out in West Virginia, where the hollers are deep, boy, the bumpkins are thick there. It's where we find Holly Fisher, host of Reviving America with Holly Fisher. Holly, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Holly Lobby. I guess we could do Hillbilly Holly Hobby Lobby. Boy, that's a real tongue twister, though. I saw this tweet by, it was a retweet, I guess. Donna Brazil retweeted this over the weekend, and I thought of you. I'm just
Oh,
outraged
thanks.
that Obama hasn't pasted together an ISIS strategy. You're welcome, and I'll get to this. I'll get to why in just one second. I'm just outraged that Obama hasn't pasted together an ISIS quote unquote strategy to satisfy the craven political ravings of hillbillies yet.
hmm
Not that you are a hillbilly, but look, you live in West Virginia. And so the attitude, I believe, of the Times Square media, of the denizens of a lot, of inside the Beltway, is that look, you're right there in the epicenter of hillbillyhood, right?
Yes.
And you're
Yes,
there.
I
You
am.
became, we know you for clinging with a smile on your face to your guns and your religion, Holly. Uh, how dare you? How dare you want some sort of strategy to deal with ISIS?
This just shows how Democrats see the world. Any problems that they didn't fight against or solve are irrelevant, and only stupid people or hillbillies talk about them. I mean, if it makes me a hillbilly to realize that these ruthless barbarians who pull the hearts out of the chests of dead soldiers and eat them, who crucify children, who rape and torture women. If I'm a hillbilly for thinking there's room for concern here, I mean, then so be it. I guess I'd rather be a hillbilly than one of these just blind and ignorant sheep that are taking over our country.
Amen to that. And look, and the fact of the matter is that again, if you get outside of these studios in Midtown Manhattan and you drive beyond the Beltway and you start talking with people, I think we have a strategy. But the American people have a strategy, and it is destroy ISIS. It is make sure that this organization is not in a position to ever threaten an America, that they are wiped from the face of this earth. That's our strategy, and we've already sort of
Right.
determined this, haven't we?
Yeah, and I mean, General Kirby even said after Obama claimed that there was no strategy, I mean, he seriously threw the Pentagon under the bus. Actually, Josh Earnest did the next day. General Kirby said, "We do have a strategy. We have strategies." Obama doesn't even have to do anything. He's the president. Like, they have a basket of strategies. Just pick one and let these men who work in our military so hard, they know what they're doing, they're capable. Just let them do their jobs. I feel like, I mean, even Chuck Hagel said ISIS is something like we've never seen before. So the people who think it's no big deal to not have a strategy, you're an idiot. Floods of people from God knows where are waltzing over our border right now, and any terrorist with a brain would be coming across or sending others across. And I don't see why the liberals just don't want to deal with it. The liberals, especially, they claim to care about women, children, homosexuals, but here they sit by or even sympathize with these monsters who kill gays for simply being gay, who kill women for being raped. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
I mentioned earlier, I saw Oliver Willis from Media Matters of America had
Oh,
said,
Lord.
"Don't watch the video." Wait, no, listen. Listen. He said, I saw this last video. Don't watch it. Don't give them the strength. Just kill them. Just kill the
Oh,
bastards." He
wow.
said. Now,
That
I
sounds
mean,
like
right?
Oliver Wilson
Exactly.
makes sense for once. That's excellent.
So, I mean, I think that we've reached critical mass here, Holly. That well, maybe not reached it yet, but I think we're on our way to critical mass. I think that there are people on the left who are waking up and realizing, you know what? You have to defend, at some point, there comes a time where you have to be able to defend the things that you love. And
Right.
if
I mean,
that is this
even
country that you
Cher.
believe that you are making better, then you absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, even Cher tweeted that we need to do something about ISIS. I mean, if Cher is ready to strap on her ammo belt, then I feel like America would, as a whole, support this. Like, something needs to be done, and it needs to be done now.
I listen. I agree. I will say that Cher doesn't strap on an ammo belt; she straddles a battleship. But remember that video?
Yeah.
Other than that, but no. I look. I think that you're right, and that is what to me makes this voting present so inexplicable. Because here's an opportunity for President Obama to actually get, I think, a majority of the country behind him, on the left, on the right, to combat what is a clear threat, not only to the Middle East, but I think most of us would agree to our national security. We know that they want to hit us. We know that they want to make it hurt. They want to kill as many of us as they possibly can get away with, and they've told us this. We have no reason not to take that at face value. So why do you think, Holly, the administration continues to bury its head in the sand?
I wish, I wish I knew. Everyone just chalks all this up to incompetence, but at some point, we have to see beyond that. I don't think it's possible to be this incompetent. I don't think you can do this accidentally. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not like one of these, I don't even know how to describe it, but I almost feel like Obama is doing this on purpose. I mean, I don't know any other way around it. Like, why would he not be trying to do something? I don't know. I don't understand. I can't wrap my mind around it. I really just don't even know how to answer your question. I don't know what they're doing and why they're not doing anything. We just saw the last few minutes, this second Sotloff, I believe is his name, has now been beheaded by ISIS. And I just wonder how much it's going to take before they start doing something.
Yeah, and look, I understand what you're again. There's just this inexplicable dithering, and you know, I mean, again, when you've got Oliver Willis, when you've got Dianne Feinstein, when you've got committed progressives who recognize, all right, there's a real threat here. We can't ignore this. We may not. We don't like war. We always believe we can hug it out. We can have a drum circle somewhere. We can, down twinkle the enemy into going away. But at some point, and it's happening right now, some folks realize that no, you actually do have to be willing to defend with your life, if possible, the things that you value and the things that you hold dear. And there is a real enemy there that, Holly, is it just the unwillingness to confront that fact that there is a real enemy, that you can't talk your way out of this? You can't give a speech, can't campaign, your way to a victory over ISIS? And is the president just out of his depth?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to even feel like he cares when the day after, or the day that we see James Foley's parents doing a press conference about him being killed, and then that day there are pictures of Obama fist bumping his buddies on the golf course when he gives his speech in his tan suit about, like, they're going to come up with something. He leaves that speech, and instead of going to a strategy meeting, he went to Rhode Island to do a fundraiser. It's hard for me to feel like he cares at all. It's like he wants to just ignore it. It's no big deal. Like, if we let the terrorists know we're onto them, like, they win. I don't know what he's thinking. The world is literally falling apart and burning, and he is just...
No. That's just because we're all on social media now more, Holly. It's fine. Everything's fine. That's what they say, right? That's what he said.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I don't know, Cam. This is one of the most frustrating things for me since he has been president. It's just, I can't understand it. I can't understand what he's thinking or really, like, what his goal is here.
All right, so let me ask you, because you were in Dallas last week for the Defending the American Dream Summit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How would you describe the mood of people as they were leaving, after they had, they'd heard the speeches, they'd rallied with their friends? What was the mood of people as they were leaving the conference?
I felt like people were energized and like excited. People were happy. I heard people saying like, "Did you hear when he said this?" Talking about like Ted Cruz and Rick Perry, Rand Paul, these bigger names in politics that gave their speeches. I feel like people were excited, like they're ready to rally the troops and pay attention and hopefully get things moving in a different direction come November and even further into the future.
All right, you still energized? Has the glow faded, or are you still
I'm
pumped up for the
always
elections?
energized. I'm always pumped up. I've got my pom poms. I'm trying to get people rallied together and tell their friends, tell their grandma, go vote. Like, pay attention to what's going on. I am always energized and ready to get this conservative movement I feel like we're having, especially on social media. Just keep the ball rolling, keep getting bigger, and keep like reaching out to people.
All right, listen, Holly, I appreciate you coming on the program. It's great talking to you as always, and look forward to doing this again very soon.
All right, thank you. You too.